After this, we're going to the gym.
Yes, we is.
Is that okay?
I'm Brohim. Ooh, that wasn't very convincing.
Either press X or
Or I plug circle. Or I just turn off the console. That's my take. Maybe 40. 94 overall. I don't know if I think that's only passed for this. It's all riding on you.
Good.
I'll be chewing block because I'll be winning by so much.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. The Boilermakers will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Michigan's offense will get the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground.
Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Well, they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. Ball's incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They go to the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's a heat. Just a short pass to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Looking at a 2nd and short now. Caught, close to the marker, it's Mark. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's caught. Touchdown, Michigan! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple of throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The Boilermakers offense has the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You think there's some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Clark wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation.
Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting out the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10. And the Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback on the keeper. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll give it to the back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Makes the grab. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Wolverines have this offense rolling. It's reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he can go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air.
they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between the quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And the Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Clark to fire. It's complete to the right. Oh, he's able to get it back and saves himself a rear end chewing. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now facing a 3rd and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
Good home.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
This is actually...
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. He's going to take off. Crosses the 40. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking out the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
That is really frustrating for a defense. 3rd and short, you know the QB can run. And the more frustrating part is you let him out of bounds. You got to get those hits on him, make him pay for later in the game.
Makes the grab. It's Smith. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. The Boilermakers want to pick up the tempo. Just going to keep it after the snap. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. And the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Boilermakers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done yet.
Into the goal line. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this all.
And he walks up for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. To throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Power football with the run. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. He'll haul it in right around the logo. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. He'll keep it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield, and time is running short. They get to him as he throws. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
It'll be 3rd and long. He'll pull it down. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. There we go. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Got it set up on the outside. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem. I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball from...
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on first down. Gives it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it up to 33. Lining up from the 34 on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and they're running away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good.
Oh my God.
What just happened? That was a screen pass, right?
Yeah, and he just literally just.
I've never had a CPU just yick a screen like that.
That would have been so many years.
Well, the QB was trying to throw it to his running back behind the line of scrimmage. He never saw the defender. That was as easy a pick six as that guy is never going to score.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. And he gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defensive coordinator was really pleased with his unit after registering 3 sacks last week. He wanted to add a few more wrinkles in their blitz packages to see if they could build on that. In this game, so far, they hadn't gotten to the QB until that.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away.
This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. One final play before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Starting to feel a little pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right. And then the defense comes up with a great D and got him on the ground.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
He'll try to do it himself. And he'll slide after picking up the 1st down.
I love that play call on 4th down because they go RPO, and essentially the football can go 3 different ways. He could have handed it off, he could have thrown for it, or just keep it himself. He took the latter option. It doesn't matter. That was the right decision on that play to keep this drive alive. Great job.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the 1st down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give and tick, 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 tick. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Right back to the well. And they catch it and they score. Touchdown, Boilermakers! With that, the lead nice and comfortable.
coming in on paper, this team had a chance this season. But until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. They've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
The Wolverines want to move quickly. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Colin.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the... You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Boilermakers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And when these plays work, everybody goes nuts, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. But the 3rd down call, they use some misdirection, they go with the reverse. The defense, so disciplined, sound, run to the football and get the big 3rd down stop.
Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Quarterback keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year.